Have you ever had a mysterious injury? Or maybe you've known somebody with mysterious injuries. And what I mean by mysterious is that they seem to just get injured over and over again, or injured for no reason. My name is Mei Chu, and today I'm going to uncover a mystery of a series of mysterious injuries that I've observed in the last few days. A few weeks ago, I received an email from a skating teacher at the rink my son is skating at, saying, "There's going to be a skating show, and your son is invited to participate in the skating show." And I thought, "Oh, great." So I pulled Dante aside and I said, "Hey, Dante, did you want to participate in a skating show?" And he said, "Okay." And I said, "Okay, well, if you want to skate at a skating show, there's one thing to keep in mind is that there will be many rehearsals and you cannot quit on them because once you join a show, there's all these rehearsals and you have your proper spot in line, those kinds of things. And if he went through the rehearsals and just quit in the last moment, then obviously that would be some kind of inconvenience for the whole collective." So after saying this to him, he's 6 years old now, and he said, "Okay, sure." And so on the first day of rehearsals, he gets on there and they're asking him to do a few things. But for one thing, he had to do these spirals where he had to skate on one leg and kick the other leg back like an airplane. He had to do it on a leg that is not his favorite leg. We all have our favorite sides, right-handed, left-handed. And, he just wasn't able to do that move as well on the leg that he's expected to skate on. And at first I didn't know much about it. Oh, I didn't notice anything going up on with him. And then something happened. About 2 days ago, he said, "Oh, mommy, my foot hurts. And I find it hard to go skating because my foot hurts. Like somebody kicked a ball really hard on my foot." Okay, so I check his foot with the other foot, and they all seem okay. He's still moving it. By running my hands through it, it's not particularly painful. So I know it's not broken. And then I said to him, sometimes we have little owies, but unless we are really injured and can't move, then we still have to try to skate. That's a lot of athletes do that, and they have injuries, they have pain, and it's the lesson of persisting with the pain in spite of all these circumstances. So then he was getting out of the car, and an empty bottle fell out of the car. So he bent down to pick it up, and then the door kind of closed on his head. And he got up, and he had tears all in his eyes, and he's like, "Mommy, I'm not going skating. I don't want to go skating." And he got back in the car and he's crying because really it was a hard hit by the car door. I said, "Okay, why don't we park the car and see what's going on?" Because he will be missing rehearsals. But at the same time, it's not about the rehearsals per se. There might be something else going on. So I parked the car and I was tuning into my intuition, thinking, what could possibly be the cause of all these injuries? So as I parked the car, I said to Dante, my son, I said, "I know why you kept getting injured." He's like, "Why?" And I said, "I'll tell you when you get out of the car." So we got out of the car. He walked out, and uh, I said, "Dante, is it possible that you are afraid You are you afraid that you might not do a good job at the show? Are you afraid that you might fall and make a fool of yourself? Are you afraid that mommy or other people will be disappointed in you? And he looked at me and he had tears in his eyes. And I said to him, Dante, no matter what happens, I will always love you. Even if you fall on your face, even if you're not doing the best spiral, I will still love you. And he said, yeah, but I would still look very bad. And I can understand what he's going through because every human being would deal with this at some point, and that is feeling fear. And I said to him, do you know why mommy and daddy are so happy? And he said, why? And I said, it's because whenever we are afraid of something or doing something, we do it anyways. And you know what happens with people who are afraid and they never do the things that they're afraid to do? And he said, what? And I said, they'll be unhappy forever. And after listening to that, he's like, oh. And he said, are we going to be late? And I said, not if you try. So he hurried up and went on the ice and had a marvelous rehearsal session. And more importantly, after skating for 2 hours that day, his head no longer hurts. His foot no longer hurts. After this incident, I realized that injuries don't happen for no reason. And that's one of my specialties, is to play detective, to find out why people get their health issues. And this time it became clear to me that it was about facing fear. Thank you for watching today.